Daily Dose of English presents Daily English Idioms. Part 69.
Get into the swing of something. Meaning: to become proficient or comfortable with a task or activity. Examples: it took me a while to get into the swing of my new job. After a few lessons, he was getting into the swing of playing the guitar. Once they got into the swing of things, they made a lot of progress. Of the first water. Meaning: being of the highest quality or the best kind. Examples: his cooking skills are of the first water. The diamond necklace she bought was of the first water. His paintings are of the first water and have won many awards. Ready to drop. Meaning: extremely tired or exhausted. Examples: after a long day of work, I was ready to drop. She was ready to drop after running the marathon. After a long week, I was ready to drop and sleep for days. Larger than life. Meaning: being impressive, extraordinary, or remarkable. Examples: his presence was larger than life and filled the room. She was larger than life on stage, singing her heart out. His personality was larger than life, never failing to make us laugh. Business is business. Meaning: to separate personal feelings from business decisions. Examples: I know you don't like him, but business is business. Even though I'm related to them, business is business. You have to be tough, business is business. Can't stand the pace. Meaning: unable to cope with the speed or intensity of something. Examples: I can't stand the pace of the job, it's too overwhelming. She couldn't stand the pace of the race and had to quit. I just can't stand the pace of your lifestyle, it's too chaotic. Cut both ways. Meaning: to affect two people or sides equally. Examples: the new policy cut both ways and affected everyone equally. His decision cut both ways, and no one was happy with it. The layoffs cut both ways, and the company lost valuable employees. Grasp at straws. Meaning: to try anything, no matter how desperate, in order to find a solution. Examples: I'm grasping at straws here, I have no idea what to do. We've tried everything, now we're just grasping at straws. He was grasping at straws for a way to save his business. Reduce to tears. Meaning: to make someone cry or become very emotional. Examples: the sad movie reduced her to tears. His words reduced her to tears. The news of his death reduced us all to tears. Cry wolf. Meaning: to make false alarms or warnings. Examples: don't cry wolf when it's not an emergency. He's always crying wolf, no one believes him anymore. She cried wolf one too many times, and now no one takes her seriously. On the rack. Meaning: to feel extreme pressure or stress. Examples: she was on the rack about her upcoming exam. I've been on the rack all day trying to finish this project. He was on the rack about his job interview. Make the right noises. Meaning: to say or do the correct things to make a situation seem better. Examples: he's been making the right noises about changing the policy. She's been making the right noises, but I don't think she's serious. We've been making the right noises, but we haven't seen any action. Steamed up. Meaning: to become angry or emotional. Examples: he got so steamed up during the argument that he stormed out of the room. I got steamed up when he said that. She got steamed up when she heard what happened. Feel on top of the world. Meaning: to feel very happy, successful, and confident. Examples: after getting the promotion, I felt on top of the world. When I got the job offer, I felt on top of the world. After winning the championship, the team felt on top of the world. Pull strings. Meaning: to use one's influence or connections to get something done. Examples: she pulled strings to get the job. He pulled strings to get the tickets. We pulled strings to get the permits. A lick and a promise. Meaning: to do something quickly and carelessly instead of properly. Examples: he gave the room a lick and a promise before leaving. She gave the report a lick and a promise and handed it in. I gave the car a lick and a promise before taking it for a test drive. A ripe old age. Meaning: to reach an advanced age. Examples: he lived to a ripe old age of 90. She celebrated her ripe old age of 85. They both lived to a ripe old age. Rule the roost. Meaning: to be in control or have dominion over something. Examples: he rules the roost in his family. She rules the roost at the office. He's always ruled the roost in our group. Stiff upper lip. Meaning: to remain calm and composed in the face of difficulty or adversity. Examples: he kept a stiff upper lip during the difficult times. She kept a stiff upper lip and refused to cry. They kept a stiff upper lip despite the bad news. Shady deal. Meaning: an illegal or unethical transaction. Examples: he was involved in a shady deal. She was caught up in a shady deal. They got involved in a shady deal. Close to home. Meaning: to be relevant or applicable to one's own life or experiences. Examples: the story hit close to home for me. His words hit close to home. The song hit close to home, and I could relate to it. Blow out of proportion. Meaning: to exaggerate or make something seem bigger or more serious than it actually is. Examples: don't blow the situation out of proportion. She blew the problem out of proportion. Don't blow it out of proportion, it's not that serious. Fair hearing. Meaning: To be given an opportunity to present one's case or point of view without being judged or interrupted. Examples: he was given a fair hearing before the judge. She was granted a fair hearing before the jury. We were given a fair hearing before the panel. The tide has turned. Meaning: to have achieved a reversal of fortune or momentum. Examples: the tide has turned and we're now in the lead. The tide has turned in their favor and they're winning. After months of losses, the tide has finally turned in our favor. Whole caboodle / whole kit and caboodle. Meaning: everything that is necessary or relevant. Examples: he bought the whole caboodle of supplies. She bought the whole kit and caboodle of tools. We bought the whole caboodle of ingredients. Today's idioms were: get into the swing of something, of the first water, ready to drop, larger than life, business is business, can't stand the pace, cut both ways, grasp at straws, reduce to tears, cry wolf, on the rack, make the right noises, steamed up, feel on top of the world, pull strings, a lick and a promise, a ripe old age, rule the roost, stiff upper lip, shady deal, close to home, blow out of proportion, fair hearing, the tide has turned, whole caboodle / whole kit and caboodle.